Yeah, there we go. Let's hope that that has worked. Good evening. We'll try one more time. Good evening.
I can hear you fine.
There we go. That's come through on the stream. Welcome back, everyone, to round 8 at Canada. Obviously, when one thing goes wrong in terms of technical issues, everything goes wrong. So the stream decided it wanted to close itself down. But we are waiting patiently, having a breather. Everyone has managed to get back into the session, I believe, Mikey, unless I'm very much mistaken.
No, you are correct, sir.
Good stuff. So we can have a breather now. And we've managed to get... It's kind of happened at the right time, really, hasn't it? I mean, everything went wrong just about where it needed to. It's glad that it happened during the break rather than during the race. There we are. So I hope you're all doing okay. And we're going to be getting things underway in a few minutes' time.
Give the drivers a 5-minute break.
Yeah,
obviously we can only apologise about the unfortunate issues there. But we like to run a fair league here, so imagine there'll be some interesting conversations with our lovely student department. So, well, hey ho.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate what's gone on, but we are back here, and we're able to natter, and we are due to start. You said, Mikey, at 2051, did you say?
I've said 2051 gives people time to get back in, or to just be like, oh, okay. Because to be fair, everyone got rushed.
Yeah.
You should not have, but...
So no more issues, hopefully, here on in.
But...
Whilst we wait, of course, we've got a few minutes before we get going. In terms of the championship, we briefly discussed before about the permutations of what will happen tonight for the driver standings. We haven't touched upon the constructors just yet, but the top 10 in the top 4, maybe even 5 in the driver standings is looking really, really interesting at the moment. And Mikey, I don't know if you've got the driver's standings to hand. If you haven't, I've got them, so I'm more than happy to go through them if you want to run through that.
If you can, I'm just trying to find... My phone has decided to go dead slow at the moment.
That's absolutely fine. I will do it.
Decided to hurt itself. It just does not want to live.
Fabulous. Sydney is leading the way on 86 points in the championship. Beyond the Ball has been closing that gap down with that race victory last week and in Brazil. He's on 81. Jel Geesin is on 67. So he's 19 points back. Shortbread is 4th on 53 points. So you feel tonight is really the big chance for him to get involved in the championship. Otherwise, he's going to find his options limited in the UAE and Australia. Sunboy is 5th on 44 with Paul Racetech on 40 in 6th place. IRL is on 36 points with Owen in 34 points in 8th. Mercked and Milo de Boer are tied on 33 points in the top 10. The team standings, though, is absolutely fascinating. If we just look at the top 5, Alpine, which is both Beyond the Ball and Milo de Boer, they're on 114. Then it's Mercedes on 111, 3 points behind. Shortbread and Merck are third on 86, with Haas also on 86. That's Sydney and Typhon. So really, it's Shortbread and Sydney in that fight. And then Red Bull of Paul Racetech and Stinos are on 71. So Mercedes and Alpine have given us a proper showdown as we are due to get underway.
Yeah, obviously everyone seems to have been saying that they're ready to go. Obviously, time is at the essence, unfortunately.
It's not a democracy.
No. Let's not get into that conversation.
I'm only joking. But We did. I was going to touch upon it before. We didn't really get the chance to, whilst the guys are setting themselves up for the second one-shot qualifying of the evening. One point to make here is that we've got the Steps and Denmark, two debutantes within Invictus Racing League. It's really a privilege to have them on board with us. For those that are unaware of them, their history, their racing exploits, they used to race in a former league called Gavra. It doesn't exist anymore. It's defunct nowadays. And they were quite active in that community, along with Shortbread and a couple of others, including yours truly, and Mikey and Lionel Griesby. So there's quite a few ex-Gavra drivers who have moved over in recent weeks and months to IRL. Obviously, Shortbread winning the F2 Mini League in between season 20 and 21. So it's really nice to have them rejoin the community. And there's a couple of more drivers as well who I've been chatting with who are looking to get involved, which is great. There's actually more problems.
It's just going from bad to worse.
Yeah, it's not going well, is it?
No. Good old EA. But no.
I've just had a message from Shortbread to say that likely his last race of the season potentially won't be here for the last two, so not looking at the championship.
What?
Just here. I know, it's such a shame. Such a shame, but it looks like that'll be that for Shortbread after tonight.
Don't be saying that to us, dude. Oh. Well, nah, fair enough. That's something we like to pride ourselves in, Viral. As long as you're going to do the most of the races, you're straightforward with us. Fair enough. You know, it's no harm, no foul.
I think Shortbread will be hoping next season he can go for it. But we're going into qualifying, and I am going to try and ride on board with somebody if we could go into turns 2 and 3. And I'm looking at Paul Racetech. That's the one that I'm going to go on board with, because it looks like he's got control of the car as we approach turns 4 and 5 again for the third time this evening. Through the left-hander, Mikey. What's up?
Someone ready up again.
Well, we'll worry about that later as we're on the qualifying lap as Paul comes through the left-hander and the right-hander. I actually think that's his AI who's got control of the car. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to go over to the man who told me not to view him. It's Gel into the chicane at turn number 9, and then he's going to be approaching turn 10 and 11. So the Mercedes is barreling towards turn 10 on the brakes. Got to brake as late as you can. Really nice line and a really good squeeze of the throttle on the exit. So it's all down to battery here, ensuring that you've got a little bit left as you approach the start-finish line. But Gel is absolutely breezing through it all. Shortbread's out of qualifying. That's a big story. But Gel's coming through the chicane. Keeps it nice and tidy. And let's see, as he runs towards the start-finish line, is he going to get pole again? Yes, he does. And Owen, a cracking effort from the Ferrari man, on the second row of the grid. But the front two have absolutely nailed that qualifying session. They are 6 tenths clear of the rest of the field. Well, whilst we wait for the drivers to go through, it's an all Dutch front row with Gel and Bjorn de Boer on row 1, Owen and Sunboy on row 2 with Milo de Boer and the Steps on row 3. Cracking effort from Kent to go on row 4 with Sydney alongside them. The championship leader down in 8th. Ginger Tiger and Denmark are inside the top 10 with Paul Racetech and Ashtube on row 6. ARL, the last of the drivers, has set a valid lap time, although that is definitely not representative of his pace. Shortbread, TTG Nathan and Nitro not setting a valid lap time. Well, currently it is looking like we're going to be having a dry start to this race. We don't know anything about the future weather that's upcoming. Shortbread has just said may as well. Could be fun. Why not? I'm assuming that Shortbread has decided and elected to start near the back of the grid. Considering his pace is good enough for challenging race victories. It does look like we've had Paul Racetech sadly has just had a number of issues this evening to get into the lobby. I feel really sorry for him because he's had a strong season so far. I think everyone is also a little bit fuming about the fact that someone has readied up again early, and considering that we, in all capital letters, told everybody not to ready up early, someone has been a bit of a donut.
That's putting it mildly, my friend. But we will, yeah. I imagine that's something, obviously, that our stewards will probably look into, to be quite honest with you. But it is what it is. So, sorry, 2 seconds. Right. So, we will be going shortly for 35 laps around this beautiful circuit in North America. Obviously, drivers have now got the order to go.
They also have to decide on a strategy because we saw the extremely heavy tyre wear that was in the sprint race. Shortbread's just confirmed this by saying that the predicted strategy is looking crazy. And I think we're going to be in for a challenging time. I think the drivers are going to find this really, really rough. You know, it could be a 2-stop strategy. Could anyone try a 3-stop? Because if the mediums can't really do 12 laps without struggling, and this is a 35-lap race, I can't envisage anyone trying a 1-stop and it being successful. I mean,
no, 2-stop, medium, hard, medium.
And in terms of a setup around here, Mikey, if you're taking it from your perspective, from your love of this circuit, what type of setup would you be running? Would you run a extremely low downforce setup, or would you have one that's got just a touch more, maybe a couple of clicks of extra wing? What would you do as we go into the formation lap?
Personally, I'll go for a couple of clips of extra wing. Mainly to go through the first and second sector, just to give me that sort of aerodynamic grip. But then I wouldn't want to go too much to the point where I can get to the straights and there's nothing to go for.
Yeah.
Like, Canada's one of them. It's obviously through sector 2, you've got that DRS straight going into the second chicane, and obviously leading up towards the hairpin towards the next 2 DRS straights. You don't want to get bogged down there. You could have the best handling car, you just do not want to get held up.
I think it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because it's one of those racetracks where if you're a driver who's at the front of the pack, you can afford to run a race with a little bit of extra clip on the wing. You can afford to run a slightly higher downforce setting than those around you. Whereas I think if you did that and you're running in the midfield and you get stuck behind somebody who's got less wing, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So I think running a higher downforce setup if you're running near the front is probably the best solution to go with. I think if you're a midfield runner, personally, if you want to try and defend from the cars behind as we get the strategies coming up on the board, like I said earlier, 2-stop or a 3-stop, some saying a 2-stop and 2 sets of hards there, so that's fascinating. See if anyone's got the 2 steps amount of hards available to them as Gel Geeson pulls himself towards his grid box. But it's going to be a fascinating race. I think strategy is going to be key as Nitro pulls himself towards his grid box.
Obviously, it could be quite an interesting race. Obviously, both contenders at the front there, Bjorn and Jalgisen with Owen in P3, but let us see what happens.
Here we go then, 5, technically 4, then it goes to 5. Red lights here for Canada. And the race is live. That was a quick turnaround, and it's a good start once again from the front row of the grid. But this time Bjorn is alongside Gel into turn 1. Just pushes him onto the grass a little bit, and I think Gel is just going to have the momentum off the corner. It's going to be extremely tight. They're still side by side. There's a little bit of contact between the two cars as they go through the chicane, but Gel hangs on. Cracking little bit of work from Bjorn to cut underneath him. They're still side by side. They just about survive into the next corners here at turn 6 and 7 as we ride on board with Owen as a snap of oversteer. The exit of the corner. My goodness, the two championship protagonists know how important this race is because Sydney has made no movement from 8th place. What a dramatic start.
Unbelievable. Great to see no obviously major contact as of yet. But Bjorn, bit of a tussle between both Bjorn and Jelle. But no, clean getaway so far, which is a good start. Obviously, Jelle going on the end, going to go forward, but decided not to. Obviously, we're getting the possible race strategies of a 3-stop or a 2-stop or a 3-stop. Apologies. So it's the game. The game reckon that she'll go for one of each tyre, or into the one soft, go into 2 sets of softs. But I suppose we'll find out what the drivers decide to do through the race.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really interesting to see. But at the minute, the DRS is active, but it's going to be neutralised somewhat because everybody in the field, barring the AI of Paul Racetech, is going to have DRS. So it'll all come down to strategy. The front three, I must make a point. I didn't mention this in the formation lap. The front three, all on the medium tyres. Sunbutt, as Gel goes down the inside at the hairpin, that's a late manoeuvre. He's going to slide it up through, but the Alpine is going to have the traction off the corner. And these two are really having a big scrap. And here comes the Tifosi. The Ferrari's on the grass as they go 3 wide. Down the main straight.
Got the inside.
He's got the inside, but he's going to slot into 2nd place. The Tifosi fans were screaming for a moment as Bjorn de Boer goes from 1st to 3rd. Gel is your new race leader. Owen moves into 2nd. What a brilliant bit of driving that was from the Ferrari. You don't normally see a car try and go on the grass to overtake, but it was a necessary evil, I think, for Owen at that point.
To be honest, if we're all in all seriousness here, if it's going to be something weird like that, Owen's going to try it. So obviously his teammate who's not here tonight is going to be loving that.
It's one of those, right? And I think this is the perfect scenario for Gel because Gel will know that him and Bjorn de Boer at the moment are in a class of their own in the field as Milo goes past Sunboy for 4th place. I'll come back to the point I was making in a moment. But for Gel, this is the perfect scenario. He's got a car between himself and Bjorn. He knows that him and Bjorn are in a bit of a different category to everybody else tonight. And we know that Owen, as solid as his race pace has been, Gel and Bjorn have proven how quick they are. There's a yellow flag back there. And that is shortbread round. Something has got... And he's got a broken front wing. As Owen moves into the lead. Take a picture. The Ferrari's in the lead. Ruddo 24 will be absolutely beside himself with joy as Bjorn tries to go around the outside at turn 2. They're going to survive that one. And into turn 3, Bjorn moves into 2nd place. Oh, snap of oversteer for the Mercedes. But the Ferrari leads the race.
Obviously already 6/10 up, obviously we're coming into this DRS zone. So question is he going to keep hold of battery, or is he going to try and use what he's got? Or
he's going to have a massive snap of oversteer is what he's going to have.
Bjorn's on the go on the inside. Back over. Thank you, Owen. Goodbye. But can Owen react? This is the issue. On this back straight, will he react? But he's also got to defend from Jelle. So, see on that diffuser. Oh.
Whoa, how tight was that for the pair of them there? As Nitro, I think, is going to try and fight with Shortbread, but Shortbread's still doing a good job with his damage.
Not bad.
Whilst this has been going, one thing that I've been trying to make a point of, but just haven't had the opportunity to do so. what I was trying to say before is that the top 3, now the top 4 with Milo in 4th place, is that they're all on the medium tyre. Someboy in the steps are in a very strong position on the hard compound tyre, and Ash Tube is the only other driver in the top 10 on the hards. If you look outside the top 10 with Ginger, ARL, Nathan and Shortbread, they're all on the hards as well. So I'm just wondering, at what point in this race do the hard tyres become the best tyre to be on? And I think Gel's just dropped out of DRS. He has, and here comes Milo.
From the looks of it, just coming through that chicane section then. Oh no, Owen's got a 3-second penalty. So some boy.
Let's avoid those penalties. We could be talking about them for a while.
I could have a sore throat by tomorrow. Just shouting all that. But as I was saying, Yell looked like he was sort of struggling through that first chicane with a grip, and we're only 4 laps in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really fill you with confidence. But yeah.
Sydney moving past the steps, so the 2 Haas cars swapping round, temporary teammates. Kent is also in 8th place. He was on the back of this train, but I think he's just had a mistake. So Ash Tube's with him. Then there's a big gap back to ARL, Denmark, Shortbread and TTG. There's a whole fight going on there that we haven't covered, but lots going on in that battle back in the spot inside the top 10. Paul Racetech's car is still going via AI, so I'm surprised that hasn't pulled into the pits, but it won't be a problem because it's ghosted, so we shouldn't have any issues with it. Bjorn's almost broken DRS as well. But very close action all across the field. Owen just about keeping within DRS. It's vital that he stays there. But also now for Bjorn, he's got a rear gunner in the form of Milo. You know, Sunboy has also joined Gel as well. So, you know, the 2 Alpines and the 2 Mercedes are together. However, Milo has got himself between 2 of the championship protagonists. So there could be some strategy there. Milo's not got DRS. So if Bjorn puts his foot down, he'll be looking at his brother to do him a bit of a defensive solid and try and keep that Mercedes behind him for as long as possible.
Definitely. Obviously the one, we've got a yellow flag. Is that a Salbert?
It's Kent.
I'm not sure. Did you catch what happened, or?
No, I saw the end of the incident, but I don't think he was with anybody. Dare I say it? But sadly, Kent just having a bad time really of it. I know that Kent's had some good races this season, but he's also had a few mares, and some of it have not been of his own accord, sadly. But tonight, unless there's a safety car, might be another one of those evenings for him.
Unfortunately. What I was going to say, I don't want to be that guy that curses stuff.
That's definitely not what you want to do.
Well, it's me, so there's a good chance it will be the case. As we know what happened, unfortunately, at Holland last week, Milo was running third. Jelgeisen behind him. Last corner, had a triple. Milo's now on the 3 seconds. But he's starting to close that distance quite heavily now. I don't know if he might have damage.
Oh, big snap of oversteer for
but
the pair
these mediums are starting to struggle.
That's why
out of nowhere, some boys just there.
Just took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, just took the words out of my mouth. That's why I'm watching Sunboy with vested interest, and the steps for that matter, because those two are on this pack. I say pack because Bjorn's actually gapped everybody. He's outside of DRS now, so he's pulling away from Owen, who in turn is pulling away from Milo. Well, not pulling away, but just keeping himself out of trouble. And Milo's got his attentions focused on the Mercedes duo and the Haas duo behind him. Ash Tube's in a bit of no man's land. Then Shortbread's up to 9th with ARL tagging along with him for company. Both Saubers have been in the pits for, I'm going to assume, damage is what I can only presume, because I'm sure Denmark started on the hard tyres, so he's had a bit of a rough time.
Unless they've both come in just to get the change of mediums, right? Because I think they both started on the mediums.
Kent definitely did. I'm just trying to think if... I'm sure Denmark was on the... Whoa! Huge slide out of the final corner for Gel. He is pushing hard, but that was almost too much. Some cracking car control to keep hold of it, but the Dutchman, he's gaining points on Sydney at the moment, but he's losing them to Bjorn, who, as it stands, would take control of the drivers' standings with 2 races to go. And what the other question, really, we haven't spoke about it much, is what does Sydney do in this scenario? Because he qualified 8th, he's up to 6th. He's in the pack, he's not sliding around, he's actually keeping a good rhythm, to be fair. Does he decide to try and do the undercut? Try and get out in some fresh air? Because he's on the mediums, he's going to pit earlier than some boy in front of him.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, most of the grid, to be honest, from the looks of it. I don't know, you know. Because if his tyres aren't doing too bad, I'd imagine he should be... I don't know, obviously if he could save the tyre a lot better than the others. Oh, Owen's going to move on here. Oh no, Owen's in the pits.
Oh, and Owen picks up a stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and the Tifosi have walked off. I mean, that is... He was running so strongly as well. Milo de Bull had such a runner, but the medium tyres are struggling. I don't think it's a bad strategy from Owen, but the problem is now he's going to have to...
Hope for a safety car.
Hope for really something to swing it back his way.
Could he beat Nathan here? Oh, not Nathan Ginger.
Should be alright, shouldn't
it? Yeah. Sorry, I was just entrenched a minute.
That's alright. But we've got the 2 Alpines and the 2 Mercedes now running in 1, 2, 3 and 4. But again...
Oh, Sydney pitted as well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Will he do the undercut? And he has done that. So, for Sydney, and he's come out in front of Ginger as Owen goes past.
Just on Nathan.
Yeah. Straightforward enough. Oh, wow. Look at the... Nathan, well, just could not hang on to the Aston Martin through the chicane there. He just survived. But he's lost a second already, and that's just showing you the grip levels as into the pits. No, it's not. Gel's gone past Milo for second, and he's in the pits. Oh, and he's done the same! He's got a 10-second stop-go penalty as well.
That could actually be a blessing in disguise for the Alpine boys.
Yeah.
They've got that 10 seconds, obviously, unless there's a safety car now. They've got effectively near a decent half pit stop, give or take. Obviously, on Yelgisen, so...
I will say one thing as well, the undercut is so powerful because look at it, Owen is so far in front of Gel, and Gel has only just got in front of Sydney. I mean, we're not talking much, we're talking half a second. So the undercut is exceptionally powerful around here, and I think at this rate, Owen's going to be in the lead of the race.
But don't forget though, as well, you'll have to get those tyres warmed up. Sydney's probably going to have these tyres a little bit warmed up by now, ready to fight. So if Sydney can keep that distance, or try and improve on the distance, so to say, sorry, I think they might have DRS.
I'm just watching the fight for second place on track because Sunboy and the Steps have just gone through, but I think Steps has come into the pits, but I don't know if he got wing damage then as he came into the pits.
So this could be quite interesting.
That's an early pit stop from the Steps. I'm wondering why he's come in so early for the meet. And he did have front wing damage, so he's had to go and get that changed. As he came into the pits, I think there was just a bit of cross communication between himself and the Alpine, and he hit the rear wing. So
unless
somebody
he's doing a freestyle. Well,
maybe, yeah, potentially. Be very brave, is what I would say. But there's still a long way to go in this race. We're only on lap 12, and at the moment, Bjorn leads the way. He's 5.5 seconds clear of Sunboy. You've got Owen, who is in 7th, who's 13 seconds, just under 14 seconds behind him. So I think that's a 6-second swing. My only logic here is Bjorn de Boer trying to do one stop less than everybody else? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
potential.
It's a possibility.
It depends what the wear rate is on the tyres. That's the thing. as we've seen, they were starting to struggle, the medium runners. So straight away, obviously I'm just on board with Sydney here, watching obviously catch Geeson. He's got that down quite dramatically, to be honest. But
yeah, he's sticking with the Mercedes, isn't he, at the moment? So I've cut forward. I'm actually watching Ashtube because Milo De Boer in third. He's just falling away. The medium tyres for him are just not working, and Ashtube, I have a feeling we'll get past him before we even look at it. There's no traction at all, no grip. And I think Ashtube, if he thinks about this, just go for it.
Yeah. It's literally like going past the bus. Honestly, it just
and another the shortbread on the grass going past him as well. Wow.
He's not giving up yet. At least going to give this a good go. But no, the question is, can he do Ashtube now on this main straight? Obviously, as Ashtube's not going to have the DRS. So
no, shortbread
just not got buffeting. No. Oh, he's got into the pits.
Yeah, and as does
Technically,
Milo.
that's got him. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, on a technicality he has, but Ashtube and Milo into the pits then. So
ARL is sticking with him. To be fair.
So a couple of drivers pitting.
Owen's right next to.
Owen on those fresher tyres. He wants to get on with it.
But it's a bit shaky at the minute. Let's see what this Fosi driver can do.
There's a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. It's really, really difficult. Whoa! Ooh. ARL just about getting away with it. You can see Owen's losing so much time. He's trying to get past, but Geeson's only a second behind him now. So Owen has lost so much time as he goes past the Racing Bull. I think just clipped the wall, actually, did ARL then. I think he got away with that. But Gel's there too. So Owen, although he's only 10 seconds behind the race leader, he's actually lost time relative to his opponents.
But he's also going to be careful because we know how good Sydney can be once they've got into the rhythm of things. Obviously, they're quite happy on those full-lap old hard tyres in DRS.
Race leader's in. Gel moves up into 5th place as ARL goes into the pits. So Bjorn De Boer, he goes into the pits. He's going for the hard tyre. So it's Sunboy who now leads the way. Shortbread in second. There's Owen in the 3rd position. I'm just looking to see, where is Bjorn? He's there in 6th place. I think he's going to try this, Mikey. I think he's going to try the one-stopper. He did it in Brazil. He did one stop less than everybody, and he does seem to have the tyre whispering abilities that other drivers struggle with. And I think 20 laps on the hard, if he can make the mediums do 15, by that logic.
Going for move on shortbread, the inside into the first chicane, or second chicane, sorry.
There he goes.
Oh my God, they've gone 2 abreast. No, thank you very much. This is quite close. From 2nd to 5th. This is just the almighty DRS train now.
No, it's not ideal for Sydney though, because he's stuck behind the Williams. As Sunboy now pits, so that means Owen leads the race from Geeson.
Geeson's now going to take that position.
Yep.
But the thing is, obviously both drivers have the penalties.
Yeah.
This is the interesting thing. So obviously, if anything, Shortbread and Sydney are going to be loving this, because obviously in their eyes they're going to be 1st and 2nd.
Shortbread's are really interesting to keep an eye on because he's got a broken front wing, and he's putting in some really competitive times. Yeah. Shortbread has a broken front wing. I think his end plate has gone. I could see it from this aerial shot. Why are they not giving me a ground shot so we can see it properly? Front left wing end plate is gone on the Williams, but he's putting in a cracking shift, and he's on lap 16 on those hards, so he is going to one stop, I think, as well.
I'm not being funny. I need to speak to some of these guys and be like, listen, how do you get the tyres to last that long?
They are doing an incredible job, aren't they, some of them?
I need to understand that.
Ginger Tiger's another one. He's also not pitted either.
To be fair, compared to the sprint race, the McLaren boys have not been any issues. You touch wood. Oh, Sydney. It's just
3 seconds. In the grand context, it's not that much compared to the two in front of him. It's beyond the ball that we're watching for, because he's less than 8 seconds behind than the guys in front. Now, if they're going to pit again, in theory, if they were to pit now and they go to the end of the race, Bjorn would be 12 seconds in front, as Milo de Boer goes off the road in his battle with Ashtube as the exit turn 3, and the racing bull goes back ahead.
Looked like just a tap of contact there, but all good. Nothing too bad. But, no. Obviously, all Owen's really got to do is, if he can do his best, just to hang on to that rear wing of the Mercedes. But obviously, you want to try to get as far up the road as you can, because Bjorn's now literally going towards the hairpin, as they've literally just hit the DRS point.
I'll say this much though, that Bjorn's tyres are 4 laps younger than Gels and Owen's at the moment, but he's not making significant inroads on the front two. Although, having said that, the Ferrari has just about got away with that as Shortbread finally pits.
Yeah, but don't forget, to be fair, Yell was struggling for the first few laps. It was
on the
only
mediums, yeah.
No, on the hards. Obviously, he was struggling. And then obviously, due to that bit of luck with the little fight with IRL, he was able to catch Owen a little bit.
And the thing is has Owen just lost DRS? I don't know if he was within the tech. No, he was. Got it. He just got away with it.
He's jammy boy.
He's got to absolutely use all of his battery and keep on to Gel. That's another step of oversteer, and that comment has just gone with the wind. So Owen is going to lose that time now, and Gel is free to put his foot down. But I wouldn't rule Gel out of this, because Bjorn de Boer's 7.4 seconds behind him. If he can keep that gap, and Bjorn's got to, we believe Bjorn's not going to make another pit stop, but Gel might go for a medium compound, he might go for the hard compound. His tyres are going to be so much fresher when they do. Gel could still, in theory, win this race, but it's so tight because of the penalties.
Too early to tell. It is too early. I think give it another 7 laps, then we'll have an idea. Obviously
10 seconds extra on top of the time. It's going to be hard, but it's still all to play for here. It really is. I mean, Milo de Boer, he's in 6th place. Stepp's doing a cracking job inside the top 5 on his full race debut, so he's having a good drive. Denmark in the points as well in the Sauber, so he's doing good at the minute. Nitro right on the fringes of the top. I'd love to see Nitro keep scoring points. He's doing well recently. It'd be nice to see him get some more.
Definitely. To be fair, it's nice to see everyone get points, to be fair. It doesn't matter who they are. If you've had a bit of a difficult season, it's always nice to see at least someone getting something. So, it's not exactly the easiest of circuits, Canada. I think we can both agree on that. It's killed us a few times over the years. But, no. Obviously, just looking at the times now between Owen and Sidney, and just losing that DRS has not been great.
No, and that's the difficult thing now that Owen has got to contend with, as Milo goes past the steps. So those hard tyres working nicely for the Alpine. I have currently got the penalty situation pinged up on the screen for everyone to just have a look at. And you're looking at Bjorn de Boer, Shortbread, Denmark, Ginger Tiger are the only drivers yet to pick up a time penalty, as Shortbread sets the new fastest lap of the race. It's such a tough... We're in that middle phase of the race now where the strategies start to coalesce. We're going to start seeing more pit stops in the next 5 or 6 laps for those that are 2-stopping, and we will see Bjorn de Boer, I feel, will move into the lead of this race. I can't see the other 3 in front of him not making another stop. I just can't see the tyres lasting another 15 laps that they've got on already.
I think it will be a big hope of, can a safety car please appear? I think that will be what everyone hopes, the next few laps, because if they do, it'll be, I think, another set of mediums.
Yeah, it's really tight to call. It'd have to be after lap 25, I think, for mediums to be valid. I think the other problem as well is that as Ash moves past the steps, who goes into the pits actually. So the steps, I think, is going to go to the hard tyres to the end now. I believe that the drivers who want a penalty, or rather want a safety car, they'll want it to happen after they've made their second pit stop, because of course they can't serve their penalties under the safety car. So
10-second ones you can. I'm sure you can.
I don't know if the game registers it. We'll have to wait. I mean, as far as I know, from my own past memories of not being able to serve it, it could be different. But if that happens, for their sake, ones. Yeah, maybe it's the drive-through ones that they can't do. But in any case, for those guys at the front, in Gel and Owen's case, they won't want the safety car to come out just yet. I think they want another 4 or 5 laps. As Bjorn now appears amongst his championship rival, and he's going to breeze through, and up into third place he goes.
To be fair, I think Sydney's had a good... Oh, Owen's in the pits.
And he just about got it stopped then, Mikey. That was so close to being another pit lane violation.
What's Owen going for?
Looks like hard tyres.
Get rid of this 10-second, get the hards on, just go for it, or...
Yeah, I think that's go for the hard tyres all the way to the end of the race now for Owen. I think the Ferrari man's in a good position actually, because he will be undercutting those around him. He's going to be in front of the steps. It's going to be close between the two of them, but I think he should emerge ahead. So that's going to be very tight actually. Let me just have a look. His step's going to get in front. We'll see the Ferrari appear. Ooh, just behind. But he'll have the fresher tyre by 1 lap. But the Step's just doing an alternative strategy here that's keeping him in the mix of the top 5. There is also a fight going on for 5th place, because Sunboy has got a nice DRS train behind him.
Not a bad 4-coach train, that, if I don't mind to say so.
Into the pits comes our race leader. Gel is in the Mercedes in the pit lane.
Is he going to go for the medium?
Nope, he's hard as well.
He's going for the hard. Oh, he's got his 10-second penalty.
He does. Sydney comes in too, but Sydney will move in front of Gel because he's still being serviced in the pit. So out of the pit lane goes the Haas as Shortbread moves past Sunboy for 3rd position. I wonder if Shortbread can... I'd be shocked if Shortbread could make it to the end on those tyres. I'd be amazed. But Sydney is in front of Gel and is in front of Owen. So, despite the undercut for Owen, he's only 2 seconds behind Gel. But the unfortunate thing is he's got a time penalty for his track limits. Not much, it's only 3 seconds. But when your rivals around you haven't got any track warning violations... That's quite difficult to overcome, especially around a close track like this one.
Obviously, this is sort of brilliant for both Alpine cars, to be fair. Obviously 1, 2, I think 6 seconds. Mario's got, 6 seconds. Which would put him...
He's...
I'm 6.
Yeah, I'm wondering though, because we know that Sunboy and Ash Tube definitely have to pit again. So they're out of position right now. Shortbread, I mean, I said it before, I'd be stunned if he could make those medium tyres last 16 laps. However, having said that, we did see before Bjorn making the mediums last 15, and Shortbread's got less fuel on board now, so don't rule it out. That is an opportunity. But for Sydney, Gel and Owen, it's now a question of, can they catch up to the race leader? It's a tall ask, considering that Sydney's 17 seconds behind with 11 laps to go. I'm not saying it's impossible though, because I've seen it happen before. Tyre wear around here is pretty dramatic, and if you've got a 10-lap undercut on the tyres around you, it'll make a significant difference. That's 2 racing bulls together on circuit, Ash Tube and ARL. On a pretty much the same amount of tyre wear, and in terms of penalties, well, ARL's got a couple more, but Oh,
Who-
that was weird. That was a
Eh?
very yeah. Ash Tube's disconnected. That looked strange to me. I don't know if you can get him back in, Mike.
I will try.
Hopefully we can get Ash Tube back in. I will also invite him whilst there is a very small lull.
Oh, Sydney's got a penalty.
Yeah, has he just picked up another one?
He has indeed, yeah. She's on to 6 seconds now.
That is, and that's going to bring him into the firing line of Gel, because Gel's 4.8 seconds behind.
Yeah. Obviously, Owen's not too far behind, but then obviously he's got that 3-second penalty anyway, so...
This is all going to shake out as Ash Tube has rejoined the session, so hopefully he can get control of his car again. But it's an Alpine 1-2.
Question is, can he get, obviously, control the car before Nathan gets him?
Can he, Mikey?
I do not... no, he cannot.
Yellow
Oh,
flag.
yellow flag.
Kent's in the wall.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that a safety?
No. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Out on track. So Kent had to stop. He couldn't move, and the safety car is deployed. Can Nitro get past the safety car? He can. That was massive for Nitro, because he'd have been a lap down, and the race gets reset. So beyond the ball, the two Alpines are going to have to pit. Everyone else coming into the pit. Shortbread's carrying on. I'm surprised. I thought he would have pitted.
Bjorn's got in for the mediums. What is Milo gone in for? Also the mediums.
I think everyone and their dog, apart from Sydney, will be going in. So Shortbread's...
No.
I'm shocked Shortbread's carried on.
Owens kept going.
Yeah, Owens kept going.
Kept going.
But everybody else... I'm surprised, Mikey. I'm really surprised by that.
Drive-through penalty for Nathan. But no, that is quite a surprise, to be fair, because that's going to shake everything up.
I'm more stunned that Shortbread didn't pit. He was in prime position. He was in third place on the road. If he'd have pitted then, he could have got his front wing fixed, as Kent sadly retires from the race. He could have got his front wing fixed. Not that it's been impacting him too much by the seams of it. His speed has been impressive tonight. Could have got that front wing fixed. He could have been really in the hunt for a very strong result. I just think on 8-lap-old mediums, they're going to be a bit tired at the end, and I don't think he's going to stay in the top 3. I hope he proves me wrong. There's a lot of penalties out there, which could suggest otherwise, but I feel like that's a missed opportunity from my perspective.
Potentially. So, but we've been wrong before. So, obviously,
Shortbread's in.
Oh, is he? What's he?
Yeah.
What do you reckon he's going to go to?
Mediums, I think.
I'm going to say softs. I'm just going to throw it out there. I reckon.
You heard it here, folks. Shortbread has gone for the soft tyre. No front wing change, so he's just decided he's got enough speed to be able to fire past everybody, but that is incredibly brave. Is he going to come out behind Ash Tube? That is going to be tight at the line. He's got to push, but he's not there.
I've just noticed as well. So obviously
Nathan's out as well.
Is he retired in the pits, I imagine?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
I didn't see that.
Brings Ginger into the top 12 for the points.
Can I just state as well? So, if we look at our current situation, obviously everyone will crouch up for the restart, I imagine. So, was it, we've had a lap already, so 6 laps, would you say? Give or take. Mason. If both Ginger and Nitro can keep those carts going on the soft compound,
there's bound to be some form of incident in these last few laps.
Yeah.
And the other thing for Ginger as well is that he doesn't have any time penalties.
No, but that's what I was about to say. Could this be the first race this season that both McLarens have scored points?
It's a very good point, actually. I'm just trying to think off the...
I don't think they have. They've been that unlucky all season. Obviously, one will get it, and then another one will get it. So this is probably a really good opportunity for both cars to, snatch a point or two.
Actually, I will say this much: they had 2 races in a row actually where they did score points at Monaco and at Brazil together.
Well, I stand corrected, and I apologise to both Nitro and Ginger for that.
I'm sure Zach Brown will be on to you in a few moments' time.
Oh, he can do what he wants.
7 laps to go. So Nitro is the next car that's got to catch the safety car train, which he will do. But will Paul Racetech being an AI have an impact on this?
I think he might, because
will it put an extra lap on the safety car, I wonder?
But that's the thing, if it does, the soft runners will love that.
Yeah.
So
no, it won't. It's okay.
In this lap.
So Beyond the Ball has control of the restart. He will be delighted that he's got hard tyre runners behind him, but he has to make a break for it. And Sydney, as it stands, will still be leading the championship, but by 1 point by my calculations. But we're on board with the Haas. We're watching Beyond the Ball, weaving from left to right. As is his right, he's not slowing down. He's not speeding up. He's keeping a consistent pace. And when will he go?
I think he is going to wait for Champions. I generally think he's going to wait towards Champions Wall and then gun it.
Let's see if Mikey's right. There, he's gone. And that's a good restart. He'll be happy with that. Half a second to the good. Gel is all over the rear wing of Sydney. Ooh. That's tight. There's contact. And the championship leaders round. Contact between Gel. It's 4 wide into turn 3. And Beyond the Ball's laughing all the way home. Steps has moved into second place. What an unbelievable moment that is for the Haas man. He's in second. Then there's about 4 million cars into turn 4 and 5. But they've all about come through it. There's a Sauber in the middle of all of that too. Shortbread moves up into 7th place. That's a lock up. Oh, and Sydney's lost it. Sydney has lost it. He tried to regain those positions. He locked up the rear tyres, and that is going to be a heartbreaking moment for our championship leader. But Beyond the Ball's laughing his head off. He's gone. The Steps is in second. Gel's going to be absolutely under pressure from the stewards for that one, I fear. Milo's in 4th place. Then it's Sunboy. Shortbread, the one to watch now on those soft tyres, up into 6th place. ARL getting past his teammates into 8th position. Those soft tyre runners are going to be licking their lips with that one, and both McLarens are in the top 12.
I was about to say that, to be fair. Obviously, I know we were sort of like, oh, this could happen, but that's going to be brilliant for both. Owen's in because he's got damage. Owen's also got, oh no.
Oh, it's gone for pads. It's gone from great to terrible for the Ferrari man. An absolute travesty.
The boys from Woken just picking up a few points where others have unfortunately it's not gone well for. So, but no, it was absolutely just a calamity what happened into turn 2 there, turn 2 and 3.
I don't think Gel was quite close enough for that move, and sadly
that was I need to stick with Bjorn as much as I can.
It was. He's going to move into 2nd place. And Steps is in 3rd. But this is a real fight for the podium here. As Gel gets it wrong, actually, on the exit of the corner. Milo trying to move on the outside at the hairpin here, but he's going to get boxed in.
Oh, too wide. Oh, my God.
They just about survive. Milo's got to try and get back on the track, which he's going to do. Gel is... That's very clever from Gel. He's boxing them in.
Oh, my
but
God.
It's going to go 3 wide. Oh, no. They're 3 wide. We're on board with Sunboy, and Milo goes from 4th to 2nd. And then locks it all up and gets it all wrong, and he's got a penalty for that. And the Steps, I think, he's going to go back through. He's got the battery deployed, but he's not quite close enough, I don't think. And Shortbread is up to 5th.
Ginger's up to 9th, mate.
What a time to be alive. Absolutely amazing. Shortbread moves into 5th place. Shortbread might get a podium after all this.
I'm just looking at it, so far. So Ash Tube's got damage to his front left wing.
Yeah.
ARL's okay. Sunboy, I'm not too sure.
No, I think he's just on older I think he's just having a bit of a struggle on those medium tyres. I think the soft shortbread is the man who's in striking distance here of getting a incredibly strong result.
I just can't believe what I'm watching, if I'm honest with you.
ARL down the inside of Sunboy. Beyond the ball's checked out. He's 5.5 seconds up the road. This man is moving into the lead of the championship as it stands. He's got his brother right behind his rear gunner, yeah.
But the steps is only 0.2 of a second behind.
He is.
0.3 it was then, sorry.
But Gel's going to get him, I think, here. Gel's going to be down the inside. Oh, that's tight between the two, and I think Steps has lost it. He lost the back end. He just about gathered it and collected it all back up again. But he's going to get overtaken by ARL now, who moves up into 5th place. This has been a wild race.
Shortbread's into 4th.
Well, that's going to be 3rd at least, isn't it? Because he's got no penalties, and you fear for Gel getting a penalty as well. So Shortbread might be finishing in 2nd come the end of the stewards' report. But right now, it's all kicking off here at Canada. 3 laps to go after the one that we're on right now. I think Shortbread wants to get past the pair of them now. Forget about penalties, he's going for it. And Ginger, I think, if logic serves me correctly, could finish 5th here.
Oh.
What are you seeing, Mike?
I'm just saying, these soft tyres going to hang on, though. This is the interesting part now. Next 3 laps of racing is going to dictate, let's be honest, for anyone watching, will it work tomorrow? Can they do a shortbread? So it's... Oh, we got a yellow flag.
It's just for Owen. He's on his own. He's had a bit of a moment. Milo runs deep into turn 2. Gel just plastered to the rear diffuser of that Alpine, but can't find a way past.
It's like super glue in it. It's just... You want to get rid of it, but you're just like, how? Just...
So we've got a bit of a split, actually, between the drivers who pitted. So 2nd to 5th, they're a quad unit with ARL at the back of it. The Steps is about out of DRS. Then it's him and Sunboy, Ashtube and Ginger, Denmark, Nitro, Sydney. They're all kind of on their... Oh, that's Ashtube. Ashtube's on the grass and getting overtaken by Ginger Tiger. So Ginger moving up into 8th place.
Oh, could that be a tackle to get DRS off Ginger?
I don't know. Not with the wing looking the way that it is. I mean, he will have what would only be described as a V5 rocket in a straight line, but he won't be able to get it stopped. So Milo in 2nd, Gel in 3rd. But this is what I'm coming back to. You know, at the start of this race, I was saying before, it's beyond the ball, rub salt into the wound of new fastest lap of the race. This is what I was saying before. You can have a car that's got slightly more downforce than the cars around you, but if you get stuck, you cannot find a way through. And that's what Gel's finding here. He's clearly quicker than Milo, but he can't find a way past.
Sorry, Jack. I'm just having a quick look, right, at the time board, right? Should this race finish right now?
I know what you're going to say. I said it last lap.
Ginger could be 5th.
I know, it's amazing. I honest to God, I'm beaming. I'm so happy.
My heart dropped and I thought that said Ginger. I was like, no.
Sunboy's going backwards. Sunboy's round. He's in the wall. Unbelievable here. It's all kicking off in these last few laps as people are making mistakes everywhere. Gel down the inside of Milo for 2nd place. That's an important move for the Mercedes driver. And I think he got it. And I don't think... Yeah, I think Gel will have DRS. Yeah, you're right, Mikey. So he's going to pull away.
But Shortbread's also got the... Oh, we got another yellow flag. Oh,
it's just Owen.
Owen again.
Yeah, sadly for him. Oh, and Gel picks up a penalty as well. So the Mercedes man picks up a penalty. Shortbread's going to go to the outside line. We're on the final lap of the race. And the Williams moves into 3rd, which is surely going to become 2nd after the penalties. We can forget about it. Who knows who's going to be in 3rd place at the end of this race, ladies and gentlemen? It's wide open. It's absolutely wide open. Could it be Milo? Could it be ARL? Could it be Ginger after penalties? Who knows? It's unbelievable. But the one person who will care not a jot about any of this is the man at the front. We'll come to him in a moment, but Bjorn de Boer has delivered a masterpiece. And he's going to take the lead of the championship.
Mate. Absolutely amazing. Obviously, taking it easy around the hip into turn 12, into turn 13. Take your time through the gears. Just... Oh, mate, ever since that restart, unreal.
Absolutely obviously, phenomenal.
Approaching Champions War. To the
Here he
right,
comes.
to the left.
There we go.
Now we can see his team on the wall. Oh, down
and he just
third.
slows it right down. It's a victory for Bjorn de Boer. Gel is going to finish second, but that one's definitely going to be under scrutiny, I'm sure. So Shortbread will take second. It will be Gel on the line in third. So the Steps currently in fourth. Where's Ginger? Ginger Tiger's up to fourth. It could be. It genuinely could be a podium. This.
Oh my god! Yeah.
It could be a. We'll see what happens with the stewards report, but that would be. Honestly, that would be one of the results of the season if Ginger ends up in fourth place. Steps. What a debut from Steps to finish in fifth place. He was in the mix for a podium. Great drive. Milo de Boer 6th, ARL in 7th, Ashtube, Sydney, Denmark on debut. Well done, you've done your country proud. He's in 10th place there. Nitro gets points as well. I'm sure he'll be chuffed with that. Sunboy ends up 12th. We wait for Owen, who... Oh, what could have been for Owen? It's been just... what a purely chaotic race this has been.
I'm actually lost for words, mate. I'm not even going to lie. I'm genuinely lost for words. Like...
Driver of the day?
Ginger. Saying it now, don't care. Ginger. Like, he's had so much bad luck this season. And to be fair, what, 6 laps ago? We were like, oh, if they can get 3 points between the two of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a little think about it, but I know where you're coming from. The driver's celebrating on the podium, spraying the champagne. And fastest lap going away of Bjorn de Boer. Shortbread getting driver of the day according to the game, which makes sense. He did make the most overtakes. Let's just run you through this provisional race results. So Bjorn de Boer takes another victory and the lead of the championship there with first place. Shortbread second. What a drive from 14th on the grid. Jalgeeson in third. We'll see what happens with that. Ginger Tiger, best result of the season in fourth. The Steps in fifth. What a debut for him with Milo de Boer and ARL in sixth and seventh. Ashtube in eighth with Sydney and Denmark rounding out the top 10. Nitrogash and Sunboy claiming the final points provisionally. Then it's Owen. What could have been for Owen? Paul Race Tech with his issues. Nathan and Kent retiring in the pit lane having some issues. What a race. How much chaos we had at the end there. I mean, considering that me and you aren't well, that might have killed me off.
Yeah. It's just, I'm actually lost for words, to be honest.
It's an unbelievable. It was absolutely fantastic. There was so much action everywhere. It was really, really difficult to keep an eye of it. You know, at one point we thought that the Steps might have got a podium, and then it ended up being the other way. Like we said a couple of laps ago, Nitro and Ginger were going to get a couple of points from McLaren. They've ended up with 4th and 11th, as it stands. It could change. We don't know. But also, I look at it. You know, Shortbread's had an incredible race to come through the pack and do the strategy that he's done, and to have pitted on the lap that he did as well. You know, considering if he'd have done it a lap earlier, he could have been fighting for the race victory had it not been for that. So that's something to factor in. Bjorn de Boer has had an outstanding race as well. I'm looking at my driver of the day being between our race winner, Shortbread, and Ginger Tiger.
I'm actually lost for words, and you know how rare that is. So,
I know. What a Grand Prix! What a Grand Prix! I've
got a feeling we're going to struggle tomorrow. No, I don't think we're going to be able to match that.
I don't think Tier 2. I mean, in the Tier 2 action tomorrow, if it's going to be anything like that, it's going to be incredible. I mean, the last few weeks of racing, for everyone who's joining, there's quite a lot of you watching right now. It's really great to see you all. the last few weeks of racing at IRL have been non-stop action across all the tiers. It has been incredible to watch. It's been a privilege for me and Mikey to commentate on Tier 1 so far this season. 2 races still to go, and they're coming up at tracks that provide a lot of action. Abu Dhabi next week, and then of course the rerun of Australia, which is also a sprint event. I mean, this has been absolutely amazing. It's been absolutely fantastic. I'm using the word absolutely a lot because I cannot stress enough how fabulous it's been to watch the race in action. There will, of course, be some flared tempers, I'm sure, in the Discord chat, and people will want to rant and rage, which is exactly their right to do, as long as they do it in a respectful and caring manner. Mikey, your driver of the day was Ginger Tiger, and you know, I don't think anyone would begrudge you that. But is that the best race we've had this season?
Probably, mate. Not gonna lie. To be fair, it was a pretty fun race. As soon as safety car hit, the whole thing just turned on its head.
Yeah.
It was literally like someone just put a firework up and went, "Hey, let's go, boys. Let's have fun."
You're right, though. You are right with what you say, because even before the safety car, the strategies were fascinating. It could have closed right back up again, but for Kent, getting stuck meant that it meant the safety car was deployed.
Which obviously for Kent is pretty unfortunate, I won't lie. But no, it's just... It's been a mad evening, to be fair. So...
Well, if you want to watch all that action again, ladies and gentlemen, you can do. The stream will be available for you to watch pretty much at the close of this broadcast. But I'd also like to add as well that if you're interested in more action around Canada this week, then you'll be able to watch the Tier 2 drivers go at it tomorrow. There's a massive championship fight going on there as well, and there's only 2 races left to go for those guys, including myself and Mikey. So that'll be interesting to see tomorrow. ARL and JPH, aka Jordan, will be commentating on that. ARL just commenting, actually saying, GG to Podium. This has been a long and awful season. Just hasn't gone your way. It hasn't gone your way, actually, this season, ARL. You've had quite a lot of bad luck. I say it's a really good point he's made.
But you've still kept cracking, and that's one thing we do massively appreciate in the management team. Just as long as you tear up, you have a good crack. Obviously, it might not go all the way sometimes, but it's taken part.
It is. It is
something we enjoy.
It is, and I think maybe that's the curse of the commentators this season, that, you know, we've all respectively not had the best of seasons, but you never know what will happen in the remaining rounds. Anything could happen in Grand Prix racing, as Murray Walker always used to say. It usually does. We are at Abu Dhabi next week for the penultimate round for Tier 2. Of course, next week for the Tier 2 drivers, it is the final race of the season for them. But Mikey, have you got any closing words before we say goodbye?
To be honest, you just, like Jack said, you want to take part. Obviously, links will be
always in the description.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, just want to race, and hopefully you join us tomorrow for Canada, and then next week for our penultimate round for Tier 2.
Tier 1, yeah, Abu Dhabi.
Penultimate for Tier 1.
Final for Tier 2.
Tomorrow. Yeah, sorry. It's everywhere at the minute.
Everyone's scrambled. Me and Mikey are feeling the effects of our illnesses. We will finish this broadcast for you shortly. But in any case, if you are watching, do give the stream a like. It does mean a lot. It helps with the visibility for the channel. We've seen an increase in viewership recently as well. We hope you're enjoying the YouTube shorts that we're bringing from all of the live amazing action that our drivers are providing. If you are interested in getting involved in the championship, do sign up. There's links in the description for you to get involved with. Thank you to everyone who's watched tonight. But from Mikey, it's bye from Mikey.
Goodbye.
And from me, Jack TM53, it's bye as well. And wherever you might be watching in the big wide world, have a good one, and we will see you tomorrow to do it all over again for Tier 2. See you then.